Brooks just switched. Not to a blade, not to something obscure. He switched to the one used by 60% of the top 10 in the world. The one used by multiple winners already this season. The Spyder Tour X. This isn't a gear trend. This is a movement. And the question isn't, is it good? There are 1,000 videos about that. The question is, what is going on? Because this doesn't happen by accident. For decades, the blade putter was a badge of honor. If you were elite, you played a blade. It meant you had feel. It meant you could control face rotation. Now, the Spyder. This really started with Scottie Scheffler. Scottie was already the best tee to green player on the planet. He was gaining strokes on the field at a tiger-like rate from the tee box to the fringe. But on the greens, he was leaking shots. In 2023, he ranked 162nd in strokes gained. That's not average. That's a liability. He had 6 wins in 113 starts before the switch. Dominant ball striking, limited closing rate. Then he moved into the Spyder Tour X. At Bay Hill, he wins immediately. Then the Players, the Masters, the Memorial. Then the Tour Championship. His putting jumps inside the top 20. He goes on a 37% win rate tear with the mallet. The best ball striker in the world didn't change his swing. He stabilized the only variable that could beat him. And the locker room noticed. Then Rory. Rory McIlroy isn't someone who chases trends. He has won majors. He has trusted traditional shapes. But when he moved into a Spyder configuration, his strokes gained. Putting jumped from plus 0.173 to plus 0.597. From middle of the pack to elite. That's not cosmetic. That's structural. Then Gotterup. Young. Powerful. No nostalgia attached to blades. He wins the Sony Open. He wins the WM Phoenix Open. And when he buries the playoff putt in Phoenix, it's with a Spyder in his hands. Now, it's not just established superstars adopting it, it's the next generation defaulting to it. Then, Collin Morikawa, another generational iron player. 3rd in strokes gained, approach, but 156th in strokes gained. Putting. Same pattern as Scottie. He experiments, he struggles, he keeps searching. Then he grabs a Spyder Tour X, a flow neck version that matches his release, and wins Pebble Beach, gaining strokes on the greens under Sunday pressure. Again, the formula repeats: elite ball striking, inconsistent putting, switch to high-MOI stability, win equity spikes, and now, Brooks Koepka. This is the one that makes you pause. Brooks has been a blade loyalist for over a decade. 5 majors. Traditional setup, field player. He does not move unless something is fundamentally wrong. At the WM Phoenix Open, he was dead last in strokes gained. Putting. Mid-event, he makes the switch. Not to another blade. Not to a minor tweak, to the exact Spyder Tour XL neck model used by Scottie Scheffler. That's not brand marketing, that's peer replication. When the most competitive players in the world independently converge on the same solution, you're not looking at hype, you're looking at evolution. Because at this level, everyone flushes it. Everyone practices, everyone has speed control. The separator isn't talent, it's volatility. And the Spyder Tour X isn't about feel versus forgiveness anymore. It's about removing volatility under pressure. For 100 years, the blade signaled purity. Now the signal is different. Now it says, I'm not leaving strokes on the table. And when 60% of the top 10 in the world are holding the same putter, when multiple winners this season are rolling the same head shape, and when Brooks abandons a decade of loyalty to join them, what happens when Brooks starts to win? Because if he does, this stops being a pattern. It becomes a takeover. Does the Spyder Tour X need to be investigated? We've seen this before in sports. The original Nike Alpha Fly was banned. Too much advantage. Too much innovation. So now the question shifts. Is the Spyder Tour X just smart engineering? Or is it too much technology? At what point does stability become assistance? At what point does forgiveness become something more? Because when the majority of the top 10 in the world are holding the same putter, when multiple winners in a single season are rolling the same head shape, and when one of the most stubborn blade loyalists in modern golf makes the jump, you have to ask, is this evolution? Or is it something the game didn't see coming? Let us know. Hey, sorry for the plug, but if you're enjoying this kind of stuff and wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, we're closing in on 1,000 subs.